Angie has made it easier than ever to hire high-quality pros to get all your home service jobs done well. Just bring them your project online or with the Angie app, answer a few questions, and Angie will connect you with local pros who match your specific needs. Or book a service instantly at an upfront price. So join the millions of homeowners who use Angie to care for their homes and get your next home service job done well. Download the free Angie mobile app today or visit Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
Hola.
Hello, this call is being translated.
Abuela, listen to what my phone can do.
Abuela, escucha lo que mi teléfono puede hacer.
Wow. Ahora dime sobre tu novia nueva.
Wow, now tell me about this new girlfriend.
Huh?
Tú sabes lo que dije.
You know what I said.
Language is no longer a barrier thanks to Live Translate with Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Learn more at Samsung.com. Samsung account login required. Calls must be made using the native Samsung dialer.
Anybody who looks at this stuff and judges a business based on them is an idiot, because I trust this stuff for nothing but a doily for my beer.
This is the plaintiff, Brian Harding. He says he brought his Nissan Pathfinder to the defendant's shop to get a DVD player installed, and the thing has never worked properly from day one. He's so darn tired of getting a runaround and all the game playing on the defendant's part. So here they are. He's suing for the $648 he paid the inept guy, and feels the judge will see things his way today. This is the defendant, Robert Boyle. He says he installed a DVD unit in the plaintiff's car and gave him a 1-year warranty. 2 days after the warranty was up, the thing broke, and he came storming into his shop demanding a free replacement. Well, he's sorry, but the warranty was up, and if he wants another one, he's going to have to pay, period. He's accused of shoddy workmanship. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,500 for slander by the plaintiff on social media, which has hurt his business.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Brian Harding, you are suing Mr. Bolles's business, Auto Expressions?
That's correct.
Okay. For $648, the amount that you paid for a DVD player that you say they are not standing behind. You are counterclaiming against him $2,500 for slander. Okay, let me hear from you first.
Okay, so January 2014, my wife and I purchased a new vehicle, and we thought it'd be a good idea to get some sort of entertainment for our son, who at the time was 2. So we ended up going.
Sure.
What's that?
You could just have like a baseball cap with like the thing hanging here. And
yeah, probably cheaper. So we decided to go to Auto Expressions to get it done, and on January 11th, 2014, we went and purchased it and had it installed. Shortly after that, we got home, and I couldn't figure out if it was me or if it was faulty, because you couldn't stop it, fast forward it, it didn't work. It just played, but it had no functionality to it. So I called and set up an appointment to bring it back in, and we brought it back in on the 13th and dropped the car off and got it back, and they said it was fixed. So a couple weeks went by, and after watching Finding Nemo for 12 times, we decided.
Was that something wrong with the DVD player, or is that because you have a 2-year-old?
Well, that's the 2-year-old.
Right.
But we decided we wanted to watch a different movie, so we went to take the DVD out, and we realized that the functionality for the eject button didn't work at this point. So I called back, and I had to take the car back in. They said, we'll fix it. Long story short, he thought there was something wrong. While I was standing right there, he took apart the whole DVD player, and the wires were exposed and everything. I thought that was kind of weird too. And he's playing around. He thought something was getting pinched, and that's why it wasn't functioning properly. So he put it all back together and said he had it fixed.
And did he?
Fine. At the time, it did work, yes. So over time, so I brought it home, and over time, the functionality just, it stopped working correctly. I'd have problems having the DVD play, and the functionality sometimes quit. And I could get it to work if I banged it or played with it, turned it on and off. It would work again.
But why would you do that? You had a brand new DVD. If it had a problem again, why didn't you bring it in again?
Well, that's the way that I felt. It was so time consuming, and it was so hard dealing with the defendant.
Did you ever call him, write him, email him, and complain during the course of any time after that second repair?
After the second repair, I called. So finally it got to the point where it was functioning so poorly. Finally, I did call. I said, look, this isn't working correctly.
When did you call?
It was on the 9th.
Of what?
Of January 9th, 2015.
Okay, but and your warranty lasted from when to when?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm assuming it was probably
warranty.
the purchase date, which was the 11th.
Manufacturer warranty is 1 year from the purchase date.
And the purchase date was January 11th.
Right,
so
and
you
I called on
him
January
9th and said the thing isn't working.
Right. I said, well, it's just not working. We've kind of been suffering in silence for a while just because I didn't want to deal with it again. And finally, it's gotten to the point now where it hardly works ever.
Can you prove that you called on January 9th? That's pretty critical to your case.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure I could probably get some phone records.
Yeah, that would be good to have when you walk in here and tell me that you have a warranty claim.
Sure.
Because otherwise, then his defense is going to. I know what his defense is going to be. It's the warranty's over. What's your defense?
The warranty was up 1 year.
And what was the okay? And did you hear from him January 9th of 2015?
I didn't personally answer the phone.
Did someone receive a call from him on January 9th, 2015?
Not that I am aware of.
When did you receive your next call from him?
I didn't receive a call from him. He came in on January 15th of 2015, and I was in my office, and he was putting a little ruckus up in my store.
Did he have an appointment?
He did.
He did?
He did.
Who had set the appointment?
I don't know. I have 13 employees.
When had the appointment been set? I know it was set for the 15th, but on what day had it been set?
I don't know. There's no way to track that. It's impossible.
It is?
It is.
Like if you look at your appointments for the 15th, somehow you can't trace back when it was?
I don't have any type of caller ID, anything like that.
Do you have your phone records to show that you called within the warranty period?
I did not bring my phone records, but I can.
So he comes in on the 15th, and what happens?
He was in a very upset mood, which I understood. This is what I do for a living. I've been in retail for 30 years, and this is what I do. Tried to explain to him the situation. Which was, at the time, is he was standing there in my store with no paperwork whatsoever, no receipt, anything, saying, I want this fixed. So that was the first problem, and he got really upset over that with me. Well, go look it up in your records. And it just escalated to the point where I told him I'd take it out, I'd see if I can get it looked at, it's out of warranty, send it to a guy up the street from me, and he couldn't figure out what was wrong with the unit.
So there is something wrong with the unit.
Yes, it works and then doesn't work and works and doesn't work. But he's been saying that this has been going on since last January, which I don't understand.
Yeah, but I also have a tough time believing that he's had a problem constantly for a year but decides to suffer in silence. I do have a tough time. So to me, what's critical is, did he call January 9th or didn't he? Because according to everybody, the warranty goes till January 11th. Okay, I'm going to order oh wait, let's talk about your counterclaim. You have a $2,500 counterclaim for slander. Tell me about that.
I don't know if you know that this was already addressed in another court system.
Tell me about that.
He took me to the wrong jurisdiction.
Okay.
And we went through the whole process.
Wait, the judge didn't know it was the wrong jurisdiction?
Nope.
That's the first thing you look at to see if it's a correct jurisdiction.
Gotcha. I don't know.
So you went through a whole trial?
I got a
and then the judge said, wrong jurisdiction.
Yes.
In any event, that judge vacated the order, and then welcome to my courtroom. That's where we are.
The question was, how'd the Facebook thing start? That's how it started.
Yeah, so let's talk about the Facebook thing now, because I assume that that's where the slander comes up.
He can go on all of the social medias from Yelp to Google to Facebook and put his opinion on there. That's fine. What he did orchestrate was all of his friends on Facebook had them go on Facebook and pretend they had been in my store and had horrible service, horrible manager, people that don't stand behind their products.
How many people did that?
It was either 4 or 5.
How do you know that those are friends of his?
I did go on my computer and did look up all their names, and you can outright ask them that these are his friends.
Hand that please to the plaintiff, Douglas. Are these folks your friends?
Circled, the ones that are circled. Just take a look.
They are my friends.
Okay, did your friends do business with him in order to post that kind of stuff on Facebook?
I didn't orchestrate anything.
Well, it looks like you did. Stop talking and listen to me. I'm in the middle of a question. If you get 5 people, first of all, let me just say something. Anybody who looks at this stuff and judges a business based on them is an idiot, because I trust this stuff for nothing but a doily for my beer. The only people who post on these sites are irate lunatics and the business people themselves. So honestly, I really hope that in this day and age, once again, humanity has ruined the internet, as well as the internet ruining humanity, and we can't trust these things. So let's start with that. But I find it quite suspicious that your friend Kevin, who's Kevin?
He's a college roommate.
There we go, college roommate. Just a horrible experience dealing with this business. Absolutely terrible customer service. Okay, and he never dealt with you.
Absolutely not.
Okay, then Brian. Who's Brian to you?
Again, a college friend.
Okay, another college buddy, but he didn't orchestrate it. This company doesn't stand behind their product. Horrible customer service. Never your customer. Okay, Jenna. Who's that?
My friend's wife. Well, the
Are
way
you
this
still
works,
looking at me and saying, this is a problem for you? Are you still looking at me and saying you did not orchestrate it? Because there are slander laws.
The way this works is I made a post.
No, the way this works is you go on there, you post everything you want to post, and you got it off your chest. He whines like a baby, and I say, tough for you. That's how it's worked always. You are the first guy who I have caught red-handed doing this. And I know everybody does. You are the first guy I've actually caught doing it. Your college buddies who have never done business with him, your college buddy's wife, and you're still telling me that you did not tell them to do this.
Can I explain it?
Yeah, I'm dying to hear it.
Okay, well, the way social media works, especially Facebook, is I made this post here. I can show you this post I made, and anybody that's connected to me on social media can see what posts I've made.
Yeah.
So they saw this post, and then I have a supportive group of friends, and went on and made their own posts.
They did.
So it's not like I orchestrated
I not only
this.
don't believe you, now I dislike you too. Because when somebody does that, says just a horrible experience dealing with this business, they are pretending that they went to the business. Absolutely terrible customer service. They're implying they had customer service. This company doesn't stand behind their product. Horrible customer service. I'd give them no star. They don't even deserve 1 star. But then I can't comment on the terrible ethics, lack of follow-through, and horrendous service. I essentially meant I can comment. Kevin, who's he to you?
A college friend.
Awful customer service and dreadful management. Laura Nemsick Harding, who is she to you?
That's my wife.
That's your wife. What'd she do?
I think she probably liked something.
She liked it. She's entitled to like it. Now, I'm going to give you a recess, and I'm going to give you a chance to find out, to prove, not find out, prove that you placed that call on January 9th, and then we'll discuss the issue of the DVD. But this is a problem for you on the counterclaim. Court's in recess.
All rise. Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So can this defendant sue the plaintiff for what the plaintiff did on social media by getting his friends to do what they did?
I don't think so, because social media is an informal platform for people's opinions. It's not really anything,
That is a provocative statement. Do you believe what she just said?
I think so. You can do that, but it's not really good things to do.
Can you sue? Can you sue for defamation?
I think so. I think you can sue them, but I don't think so it's a good thing to do that because it's social media. It's a real thing.
Well, but people look at that, right, when they decide which stores to go to.
I think you can sue absolutely any time. You just have to prove it.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
Okay, you don't look happy. Were you able to find any proof at all that you contacted them during the warranty period this January?
So I wasn't. It was actually on my business phone, and I wasn't able to gain access to the numbers on there. Okay. I just didn't have access to it, so unfortunately, no.
Okay, so then on your claim against them, I'm unable to find sufficient proof that you, in fact, called within the warranty period when you had a problem this January. And now I have to deal with his claim against you. And on his claim against you, his slander claim, there are 4 friends who put negative comments because his wife, all she did was like a comment, right?
Right.
All right, I'm going to award him $200 for each of those. And if I were you, I would have the 10 next happy customers, if they're happy, write a positive review, and down they go.
Gotcha.
Right? I'm finding in favor of the defendant on his counterclaim for $800. And for the reasons I discussed earlier, I am finding against you on the DVD player. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff unable to prove his claim that he contacted them before the warranty ran out. So what can you do?
Yeah, certainly not the decision we wanted, but I'm ready to move on and focus on more positive things.
Like, what are you going to focus on now?
Family, work.
All right, so what are they going to do? Do you have a DVD player in the car now?
No, I have nothing.
You got nothing?
He has that, yeah.
Right? You can't watch Finding Nemo anymore? You can probably recite all the lines, though. You've seen it so many times, right?
Too many
times.
times.
Just act it out for the kids.
Sure.
All right. Head right down this way. All right, so you're not a very happy customer right here.
Doesn't look that way.
No. What went wrong here? How could you've solved this for him?
It happens. I did offer him a new DVD player for $200 that he chose not to go with because he felt he didn't have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm. Very hard to prove slander. It doesn't happen very often in here, but you got $800 on your $2,500 claim. Satisfied?
I would have liked to get more because you can't take it back. And, I spend money on Facebook to promote my business. And I went down to a 3.4 stars from a 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely hurt me.
What do you think, Harvey?
Word to the wise, you can slander people on social media, and this case proves it. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Angie has made it easier than ever to hire high-quality pros to get all your home service jobs done well. Whether it's routine maintenance, an emergency repair, or a dream project, Angie lets you compare quotes from multiple local pros, browse homeowner reviews, and even book a service instantly. Angie's been connecting people with skilled pros for nearly 30 years. So the next time you have a home project, bring it to Angie to get your job done well. Download the free Angie mobile app today or visit Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
Hola.
Hello, this call is being translated.
Abuela, listen to what my phone can do.
Abuela, escucha lo que mi teléfono puede hacer.
Wow. Ahora dime sobre tu novia nueva.
Wow, now tell me about this new girlfriend.
Huh?
Tú sabes lo que dije.
You know what I said.
Language is no longer a barrier thanks to Live Translate with Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Learn more at Samsung.com. Samsung account login required. Calls must be made using the native Samsung dialer.
This is the plaintiff, Michael Santarella. He says he bought a Maltese pup from the defendant, and the poor thing had parvo, kidney failure, and a hernia to boot. They had to put the little guy down or spend $5,000 on more tests. He opted to put the dog to sleep because it was suffering, and now a year later he still can't get the money he's owed by the very uncaring and irresponsible defendant. So he's suing for every penny of the $4,243.59 he's owed. This is the defendant, Jeanette Ledisky. She says the plaintiff bought a perfectly healthy puppy, then a week later told her he had put it to sleep. The plaintiff's vet injected it with a parvo shot, but she had already given him one a week earlier. Now the poor thing had been injected twice, and that's why it got so sick. She's very sorry, but she did nothing wrong and owes no money. She's accused of selling a sickly puppy.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff bought a Maltese pup from the defendant, and it had parvo and a hernia. But the defendant says the pup was healthy when it left her care. It's the case of my puppy was subpar.
All right, Mr. Santarella, you are suing Ms. Ledisky for $4,243.59 in vet bills plus the cost of a puppy that you bought from her that unfortunately did not make it and passed away in the first week. I'm sorry to hear that. Tell me about what happened.
My wife and I wanted to get another. We have a Maltese, and we wanted to get one that was relatively the same size. So she was about an hour away. I found her ad. We went down there and picked up the pup. Now, when we went down there, she opened the door when we pulled in the driveway, and she was holding the dog, and I fell in love with the dog right away. It was a little thing, about 1.25 pounds. So we took...
Actually, I don't think that I am delicate enough to have a dog that weighs 1.25 pounds in my house. I am positive I will step on the dog or accidentally. But how do people do it? These tiny little cats that bark and...
I have a 6-pound Maltese, and she pretty much took care of him. Yeah. So we got the dog home.
How much did you pay for the dog?
$800.
Is there any paperwork from the sale of the dog?
Yes.
May I see it? Okay, so go on.
The dog was good the first day. Then it was kind of like a little wishy-washy, but I figured, the dog was tired or whatever. Then she started to get a little bit bad, and about a couple of days later, I took her to the vets and he checked her out.
So what day did you take her to the vet?
May 1st.
Okay, so and April 25th is the day that you bought the dog?
That's the day I brought the dog home.
Okay, so go on.
All right, I brought him to the vet. She gave her a little bit of medicine. Gave him a little bit of medicine.
For what? Do you have the report from the doctor?
I have all the
report
reports.
from the doctor from that day?
Yes.
Okay, let's see that.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Okay. Did you bring this form with you to the vet and let them know that these shots had been administered on this day before the vet did all these shots?
Yes.
So on May 1st, which happens to be my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, it's not May 1st today, but on May 1st, they gave the dog a couple of shots that had been given on March 28th. And I'm wondering if they're like a second round that's supposed to be given or a round that is not supposed to be given. Because your position is that the medicine that the dog got is what made the dog sick?
I gave the puppy 3 shots. And I instructed Mr. Santarelli that the puppy would need another shot in another week or so.
Oh, okay. So the vet gave the dog a parvo shot, and what else happened?
He was still listless. He got a little vomiting, liquid vomit after a couple of days. And then on the 7th, he was in his little bed, and he just wouldn't get up. He couldn't get. He was walking, and he was walking all.
Ugh. This must have been so heartbreaking.
As soon as I saw that, I called the vet up, and I took him directly up there.
And that was on what date?
May the 1st. May the 7th.
Okay, May the 7th, and then?
I left him up there with him, and he called me back. He said, I have their veterinarian closes at 8 o'clock, and I have to take him to the emergency vet, which I did. So, the dog was past. The dog was relatively.
You didn't think the dog was going to make it?
No.
You finally get a call from them at what time?
3 o'clock in the morning.
And they tell you the dog is not going to make it?
He said, what he told me was, look, he says, you could spend another $5,000.
How much had you spent until that point?
$3,600 on the vet bills.
Okay.
So he says, I could treat him. It'll cost about another $5,000, but he says, I can't guarantee you, and he doesn't look good.
Right.
So rather than to have the puppy suffer,
right?
Because when we went up there, he had the thing on his face.
Right. You don't have to prove to me the puppy was suffering. It is a perfectly legitimate position to decide that you are not going to spend $8,000 on the puppy. It's perfectly legitimate.
Well, if he would have said, I'll guarantee that the dog was going to come home,
he can't say that. If he would have said that, you should have said, no, you can't. As soon as he would say that, there's no guarantee.
I would have paid the $5,000 to get that dog back.
I understand what you're saying. So did your vet ever give you a diagnosis of what was wrong with the dog and whether or not the animal was fit for purchase, as the law says?
Well, what he gave me...
Okay, just hand him the documents and let me talk to you. So what happened here?
I gave him the shots, and according to all the vet books, that shot, parvo, modified live, would show up in the dog's titer for 2 to 3 weeks after my last shot that I gave him. And if he got the shot, when they took the test, it would definitely show parvo because of the shots that he's had, the modified vaccine.
So you're suggesting that the vet killed the dog? Or made the dog so sick?
I'm suggesting the dog wasn't that sick, but after he got another shot of parvo, that, I think, was the finale. Because on the report that I got from the vet,
the handwritten letter?
I never got an unfit for sale. I just got a letter from a vet. He didn't say anything in that letter of
what
unfit
letter
for
did you
sale.
get? Let me see the letter you got. I mean, because the unfit for sale, let me just explain, Mr. Santarella. It's a different kind of letter. It's a letter from the doctor saying at the time that this dog was sold, this dog had a problem. Whether it's congenital or non-congenital, and it was diseased at the time it was sold to you. And sometimes vets aren't necessarily willing to say that, depending on how much time has passed from the sale. The sale was April 25th, and the day that the vet is noting a bunch of problems is May 9th. This letter is like, many, many lines long, and nowhere does it use the magic language, which is unfit for sale. All right, I'm going to take a short recess and see if I can't reach that doctor.
All right? So where's the best place to buy a puppy? Rescue, a pet store, or a breeder? What do you think?
I would say a breeder because you know what you're going to get. Exactly.
You buying that?
Yeah, I agree.
A breeder, huh?
Yeah.
What do you say?
I disagree. I think a rescue.
Why?
Because their intentions are pure.
Okay, we are going to talk about that in a minute, going inside the courtroom.
Let me just explain something to you. You had stated the position that, of course, the dog tested positive for parvo. Yes. I had given her a parvo shot on March 28th. That's not how this works. Okay? But according to the vet, look, we test for the disease, not for a therapeutic amount that's in a shot. We don't, we test for the disease. It was positive for the disease. That means that there's parvo aplenty, not the little bit of parvo that's in the shot. So the dog had parvo. Now, here's my discomfort. We have a very specific statute that you have to have a certification by the doctor that the animal's unfit for purchase. She is right. This letter doesn't say that. But I want to get to the bottom of it, right? So what I want to do is the following. I'm going to give you a week so that this is not the doctor who saw your dog on May 1st. This is the doctor who saw your dog. This letter is authored by the doctor who saw your dog on May 8th. But she is not comfortable telling me that it was unfit for purchase because she's not the one who saw the dog on May 1st. But the vet who did isn't there, and I'm not going to make you guys wait until tomorrow right here in this courtroom, bring you like a couple of pillows and blankets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a week to give me, if the doctor's willing to write it, please do not misunderstand what I am saying. I need certification by a veterinarian if it's truthful, right? If the veterinarian can call it, because sometimes they may think it, but they can't call it. They're not willing to commit to it. Yeah. If you have a vet who's willing to commit to that animal being unfit for purchase at the time of sale, provide me that evidence, because that is the one thing that is missing. I'm going to give you a week to get that certification with the doctor who actually saw him. But what do I do with this? Apparently, you felt bad enough where you started to pay. In fact, you paid $250, and it wasn't until you said, I can't afford the $100 payment this month, I'm only going to pay you $50, and that's when all of a sudden, well, I'm not going to pay you anything. He only wanted from you the $800 of the purchase price. He didn't even ask for the $3,000. He only asked for the $800.
And I started to pay him.
Yeah, now when you stopped paying him, he's suing you for the whole amount.
Well, I said I would give you some money, and he said, no, now I want the whole amount. Yeah. I said, okay. Fine. Let's go. Right. I don't know what else to say.
Right.
Your Honor.
Here's what's going to happen. No, we're done. Now that it is in my ballpark, okay, I have to start from scratch. So please understand that it will make absolutely no difference to me whether she paid you the $250. You understand that, right? Okay. So I will render my ruling as soon as I have or don't have the document that we've discussed.
Well, what do you need from me?
Nothing.
Nothing? Oh, okay. Well, okay.
That was easy. Okay. All right. Good luck, folks. Thank you.
All right, and so this case has a little more time to go before it's finally resolved. Should you have settled this thing now, as you look back on it after what's going on here?
Yeah, he should have settled it too, with me.
Should you have paid the $800 and then you'd be done with it? Do you wish you had done that?
Well, I would have, but
you didn't.
That's true, but I wanted to.
But you didn't.
But I wanted to. Good.
Okay. If he comes up with this document, you're going to be in for a lot more.
Well, then we got to do what we got to do.
Okay. Right down this way, right around the corner there. All right, so you have homework to do. All right, what are you going to do next?
I'm going to go talk to the vet and see what's happening. If she wants to settle, that's fine. But all she had to do was give me either. Now she's telling me she wasn't dealing anymore with dogs. She's still selling dogs. All she had to do was give me a puppy, and it would have all been over, or the $800.
Yeah, but she doesn't. Did you say you're still open to a settlement in the interim with her now?
Yeah, if she makes a decent settlement, yeah.
Which would be what? What would you say?
I guess half the vet bills and the rest of the puppy fee, what I paid for the pup.
What do you think, Harvey? So the correct vet did indeed confirm that the dog was unfit for sale, and the plaintiff got the $1,600. Now, I want to just say one other thing. We talked about where the best place to buy a pet is. Breeders are fine, but the problem is a lot of dogs get inbred. Pet stores, I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's iffy, and there are diseases, I'm not saying all, but some. I'm telling you, as somebody who's done a lot of stuff in this area, that rescues are awesome for all sorts of reasons. But one of them is animals, you may not believe it, but they appreciate it. They understand when they're rescued. Somehow they don't forget. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Life is full of what-ifs. Some awesome, like what if AI could fold your laundry? And some, well, less awesome. Like what if you have unexpected medical costs? United Healthcare can help get you covered with Health Protector Guard fixed indemnity insurance plans. They supplement your primary plan to help you manage out-of-pocket costs. No deductibles, no enrollment periods, and especially no more what-ifs. Visit uh1.com to find the Health Protector Guard plan for you.
This is the plaintiff, Angelo LaFace. He says he dropped his lawnmower off at the defendant's shop so they could sell it, and instead of selling it, they used it for their own personal use. If that weren't bad enough, they're now trying to charge him storage for the lawnmower, which they won't let him pick up. Huh? He's suing for $1,500, the cost of the lawnmower being held hostage. These are the defendants, Bob Baker and Victoria Atkins. Bob says the plaintiff dropped the lawnmower off because it needed a new battery and carburetor, and then left it for over a year. The plaintiff had his lawyer call to negotiate a deal, but the plaintiff refuses to pay the storage. And well, here they are. They're accused of mowing down a customer. The defendants have filed a countersuit for $5,000 for storage and an unpaid repair bill.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff brought his lawnmower to the defendant's shop to sell. Turned out the defendant used the lawnmower, charging him for storage. But the defendant says the plaintiff left it for more than a year. It's the case of Mower. He hardly knew her.
Thank you, Douglas. Angelo, is it LaFace?
Si.
Okay. You are suing Bob Baker and Atkins Motors?
Yes, ma'am.
Represented here by Victoria Atkins? All right. For $1,500, the value of an item that you say he refuses to return, you're counterclaiming $5,000 because, according to you, he owes storage. Can I have you stand up, please, if you're a litigant?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, what's the relationship between you two?
I'm his wife.
Oh, okay. So what happened?
What happened, I have this lawnmower over my warehouse. Mike and Polito used to own the garage over there. He picked up my lawnmower to bring it to the garage to sell.
Okay.
Then I go down Florida in the wintertime. When I come back April, Mikey was gone out of there. I said, I got to have the lawnmower.
He's gone, meaning what?
They got to kick out of the place.
Okay. Did Mike own the place?
Yeah, Mike used to own the place.
But did he sell it to the defendant?
No, he say Bobby take to cut the grass at home.
Okay, here, listen first to my question. We'll talk about the lawnmower in a second.
Yeah.
Who owns the place that you brought the lawnmower?
Mike Ippolito was on the place.
Okay, according to you, Mike Ippolito owns the place. Yes. And you bring the lawnmower to him for what?
To sell for me.
To sell for you?
Yeah.
All right, and then you come back from Florida how many months later?
Like 3-4 months later.
And when you get there, where's Mike Ippolito?
There was some problem. They kicked him out of the place.
Okay. Can you guys explain the relationship?
I own the business of Atkins Motors.
Did you always own it?
Yes.
Mike Ippolito was your employee?
No, he was just a towing company.
He rented our lot.
He was in our lot, pretty much.
He was in your lot doing what?
He rented the lot.
Towing.
He rented the lot.
Yeah, just a storage lot. He needed a storage lot to conduct business.
Okay. Well, how did that lawnmower get to your property?
Mike Ippolito towed it in.
And in order to do what with it?
There was repairs that needed to be done, and also to intend to sell it.
Okay. And is there a work order for the repairs?
Yes, ma'am.
that was prepared after everything hit the fan or before?
No, this was prepared on the day of.
Okay, may I see those? Does it have the plaintiff's signature on it?
No, ma'am.
How do I know it was prepared the day of?
Well,
particularly when I see that no piece of it has been handed to a customer.
Understood. I've done previous business.
Did you
with
ever
the
get this?
No, because it never was on the place. My capability was RJ out of Morrow.
I don't know what that means. Did you ever ask to get repairs done?
No.
Okay.
They were thinking that was working when they bought over there.
If this was a legitimate bill that was given to him because he was supposed to pay for repairs, and of course this is what you're basing your $5,000 lawsuit on for storages, why are all 3 copies of it still attached to each other?
That was the day of the machine being dropped off to have the work
That's
done.
the day you're supposed to get the signature, right?
Well, he wasn't there. Okay, he didn't come with the lawnmower. Evidently, it was picked up from his place, bring down. Mike, who was a social business inquirer of mine, said to look, this is what needs to be done. It won't start. Get it running.
So then you didn't give him this when he dropped it off?
I didn't see him after that.
So he never agreed to anything that's in here. This isn't a contract. This is just something you wrote up afterwards.
No, that was wrote up the day of.
Well, you might write it the day of, but your customer doesn't know anything you're saying because you didn't hand it to him.
He was notified on what the bill was.
Really?
Never.
Yeah, watch it. Watch how this is going to go. Were you ever notified?
No.
Yeah.
He knew that there was a bill on it after his attorney showed up wanting to pay the bill.
No. But that's afterwards him trying to get the motor back. I'm asking you, did you fix this?
Yes.
Did you do this work?
Yes, I did.
Did you have his authority to do that work?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Now, you come back from Florida, and then you decide to pick it up.
Yeah.
You talk to him, and he says, what? Well, you have to pay me for the work?
No, he say, you come to the house, you pick it up. I say, I come tonight. No, he say, can come tonight. I say, come tonight.
Well,
no,
wait. Why the house?
Because the lawnmower, he take it to the house to cut the grass.
Wait. Did you have it in your house?
It never left the shop, ma'am.
Okay. Did you ever tell him to go pick it up at your house?
No, ma'am. And when his attorney showed up, he wanted to see the lawnmower, and I bring him right inside the garage, right where it was for the last so many months. And that's where it sat.
According to you, you have a picture of the thing in front of his house?
Yes, my friend, mate, it's a friend of the family, is a lawyer too, right here.
Oh, come on up. It's your moment to shine.
So can this place charge the customer for storage?
Only if it was predetermined.
It was not predetermined.
It doesn't seem fair.
What do you say?
I don't really know.
Okay, what do you say then? She says the same thing that you say. Going inside the courtroom.
What you got?
First, Mr. Baker's statement that when I showed up to his shop, he showed me the lawnmower. He actually told me that the lawnmower was in storage and that he couldn't show me the lawnmower at that point.
Oh, did you say you showed him the lawnmower?
He did see the lawnmower. Both occasions. He was there twice. First to see it, to get it.
Did you see it ever on one occasion or the other one?
I never saw it at his shop, but I saw it at his home when I snapped some pictures.
So when he's saying that he showed it to you at his shop, he's bold-faced lying?
Yes.
Okay, so you went to his home?
And that's correct. And it certainly was there. And
may I see the photograph, counselor?
You may, ma'am.
Is that your...
Yes.
Okay, so what's this?
That's not the same mower.
It's not.
It's not the same mower?
It's not.
It just looks like the same mower?
Ours is a year newer than his.
Do you have any proof that you own this mower?
No, I didn't know my motor was going to come in question, man.
Yeah. What coincidence, you have the same mower as a guy.
Mine's a year newer than his.
How did you come up with $1,500 as the value of the lawnmower?
Because the same lawnmower, they got them, Casanova, they sold for no one.
Yeah, but wait, even let's assume that he stole your lawnmower.
Yeah.
You would never be able to get the value, the replacement value of a brand new lawnmower. You would get the value of a mower the year of the one that you lost. You understand? Court is to make you whole, not to put you in a better position than you were in before. When people come to court, here's how it works. That side has the burden of proof for what they're saying, and this side has the burden of proof for what they're saying. He's saying, my thing was only brought over there to sell it. I didn't ask for any work to get done. I just wanted to sell it. So Mike brought it over there to sell it. You're saying that's not what Mike told me. Mike told me we need to fix it and then try to sell it.
No, we don't. I don't sell lawnmowers.
They wanted to sell it from that property, though.
Right, and it's a garage. We don't. I mean, we might sell a car.
You want him to pay for repairs of $272.03 that you say were made.
That was all he owed.
Pardon?
That was all he owed initially.
That's lovely. And you want him to pay that because according to you, you have the authority to go through with that work, which the law requires you have. You say you have it verbally, without even getting into whether or not your state allows it verbally, because lots of states don't. He says, I never authorized that work, and I never agreed to pay storage fees if I left it there over. This is important because this is what you have all of your customers sign that authorizes you to do the work and states very clearly, look, buddy, you don't pick up your stuff, we're charging you $5 a day storage or whatever the heck it was, whatever the amount was. You don't have this signed. I tend to think it went down something like this. I tend to think, if I was a betting woman, that he tells Mike whatever he tells Mike, and Mike tells you whatever he tells you. And you may both think you're right, and Mike might have said two different things. I don't think you ever said to him, come take your stuff. I don't think he ever authorized the repair. I think that you would have faxed him, taken a picture, made him sign. You know, there's all kinds of ways to get somebody to sign this document. You know that, right? Because you do fax the documents for people to sign to get their signature. None of that stuff's done. The guy comes back all of a sudden, and it's either in your shop or at your house. One or the other. I don't know which. It's entirely possible you have one that looks like it. The one you have at your house that you photograph is not a unique item. I don't know, but it doesn't matter because I'm ordering you right now to return that item to him. Okay? And if you do not return the item to him, I am setting a value of $900 for the item. On your counterclaim, for the reasons I've already explained, 0. That is my verdict. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
See what the defendants have to say coming out here. He'll get back his lawnmower. Step up a little bit. What's going to happen next?
Take the parts out of it.
You're going to take it apart?
Yeah.
He's not getting my stuff.
He's not getting it after it's working. He can have it back broke the way I got it.
Mm-hmm. So that's what you intend to do now? Yeah. Take back?
Yeah.
Undo the work you did on it?
Yeah.
Sure, I'm not getting paid for it.
And give it back to him in the same condition?
Yep.
All right, so how's he going to get it?
I don't know. He could have called, picked up the phone, or he'll just try to sue us again.
She's leaving and talking at the same time. Any last words here?
No, thank you.
Okay, sir, so come on in here. Well, she values, the judge values it at $900. You going to go get your lawnmower?
What, they got to call me to go pick it up? I got to wait just to show up at the house and pick it up?
Maybe you could call them.
Okay. I want the lawnmower the way it was run, everything.
They said they're going to take out all the parts and undo the work they did.
The judge said that because the lawnmower was run before.
It was?
Yes.
Anything else?
No, it's not.
Harvey?
So you should know a lot of judges will not make a judgment conditional on the return of property. This is something special in small claims court.